A Florida woman got drunk off high noon and then crashed into a police car. A Florida police officer's thumb was reattached after a drunk driver bit it off. A Florida mother punched her son and stole a passenger's cookies on a flight. And another Florida mother says she's banned from volunteering at her children's school because she's on OnlyFans. These are the weird stories for Friday on Weird AF News. And they're all from Florida. Because on Weird AF News, we only do weird news from Florida every Friday. It's Florida Friday. It's Florida Friday. It's Florida Friday on Weird AF News. Woohoo! A Florida woman drank some high noon and then crashed into a police car. Tampa, Florida. A lovely 19-year-old upstanding Florida citizen is facing some multiple charges after the Florida Highway Patrol claimed that she crashed into the back of a patrol car in Tampa during the night. It happened just before 1 a.m. at a traffic light. The police say that Courtney Keller, the hero of our story, age 19. Courtney just trying to have a good time and live her life, 19-year-old in Florida. It's not easy. She admitted to mistaking traffic signals. It doesn't say what she mistook them for. But I'd imagine Courtney is on so many chemicals that she could have mistook some traffic signals for who knows what. Maybe the eyes of God. Unicorn nipples. Maybe she thought they were unicorn nipples. Magical, blinking unicorn nipples, and she was driving right for them because, well, she's 19 and she's on chemicals. Rather than slow down at the traffic signal, she accelerated her car. Because she's a damn Floridian, and she's not obeying traffic signals. She sped and rear-ended into a patrol car that was stopped for a red light. The cop car's at the red light. She's like, no red light for me. Right into the back. Well, according to the arresting officer, Mr. Keller, Courtney showed signs of impairment. And that's including impaired, slurred speech, as you can imagine. There was present the strong odor of alcohol as well. Of course, that's the official smell of Florida. The police say she admitted to not being sober. In fact, Courtney claims that she drank something called high noon at a local bar before driving. High noon, I don't even know what that is. Let's look that up for a second. Ooh, quick little search. We find out that high noon is a vodka made in Missouri. Oh, that American vodka. That's quality stuff right there. It says here that high noon vodka is grown by trusted, hand-selected Midwest farms to ensure only the highest quality grain produce is used. You can taste the crisp, refreshing, and delicious results of the result is you crash into a police car when you drink enough high noon vodka. High noon, baby! Woohoo! Well, you'll be happy to hear that high noon also has a hard seltzer. And I'm looking at a photo of Courtney. I'm going to guess that she was really enjoying the hard seltzer. The high noon seltzer, which comes in various flavors. It's the official DUI beverage of young Florida women. I wonder if there'll be a sponsor for the show. Are you listening? High noon? I need you. A police officer's thumb has to be reattached after a Florida drunk driver bites it off. A Tallahassee police officer has had to have his thumb put back on by surgeons after a drunk driver bit it off while resisting arrest. It's hard being a Tallahassee police officer. Imagine all these naked people behind Chick-fil-A scratching themselves and trying to dry hump anything that walks by. And now you got to deal with having your limb bit off by a drunk driver. It's just too much. The police were on patrol when they stopped an elderly man who was running a red light. He appeared to be unstable. He wasn't in a car, though. He was driving an electric scooter. A 70-year-old frisky man named Larry Moore, driving his electric scooter through red lights, this guy. Maybe he didn't know how to stop it. Right? He's 71 years old, after all. I don't even know how to operate one of those. How's Larry doing it? Well, he's doing it on the high noon, I'll tell you right now. He refused to cooperate with a roadside alcohol breathalyzer. He claimed that he was a retired Army veteran and that he didn't have to. He said he named some high-ranking officials in the Army saying that he can report to them and not the police. He claimed he had some government friends that were his personal friends as well, and that because of that he didn't have to cooperate. The police persisted. And regardless of his influential friends, Larry threatened to commit suicide. He threw himself on the ground, started to bash his head on the pavement. This was his plan B. Plan A, I'm going to use my Army Connects to get out of this DUI. Plan B, I'll just tell him I'm going to kill myself. What are you going to do about that, police? If I just kill myself, you can't take me to jail if I'm dead. How do you like that? You could solve a lot of things if you just kill yourself. Yeah. Like your student loan company calls you up and they're like, hey, you're behind in your payments and you have to hand over some cash. And you say, no, I don't, because I can just kill myself. There's a lot you don't have to do if you just throw yourself on the ground and bash your head into the pavement until you die. Okay. In order to prevent Larry from harming himself, they put him into the patrol car. That's when he bit down on an officer's thumb, severing it at the first joint, then spitting it into the patrol car. Good shot, buddy. Get it? It's like, and this is what I'll do with your thumb. And don't worry, I'll put it in the car so you can find it later and reattach it. I'm not that much of an animal. Come on, I'm not going to spit it into the forest or a roadside puddle. And now listen to this. This officer is either a hero or very misguided. He insisted on bringing Larry to the jail before going to the hospital to have his digit reattached. How about that? I think that's foolish. I would have gone right to the hospital and had it reattached. Now, Larry was found to have a blood alcohol level way over the limit, charged with DUI on a scooter and the crime of endangering the public and injury to a public official. You know, my guess is Larry won't be spending too much time in that jail because he's got friends in high places. Hold it now, hit it, weird news, wicka, weird news, yole rock. A Florida woman punched her son and stole passengers' cookies on a flight. The Federal Aviation Administration is recommending a very hefty fine to a passenger on Horizon Air. I've never heard of Horizon Air. What does this fly just within Pinellas County? Is this the official airline of Florida? Oh boy, what's going on Horizon Air? I don't want to fly it. This woman has been cited for a very unruly incident on a flight from Austin, Texas to San Francisco. Okay, so it's a normal domestic airline, I suppose. Well, not so normal. You got passengers punching their sons in the face. This Floridian passenger who refused to fasten her seatbelt on the flight, she punched and screamed at her husband and son. She was diverting flight attendants from their duties, they say. She threw some trash at a flight attendant as well. And then she stole cookies from a nearby passenger. How did that go down? Who flips out, throws trash, punches their son and husband, and then takes a break? We're like, oh, hey. She's like in a rage. And I'll kill you. Hey, whoa. Are those grasshopper cookies? Oh, I love grasshopper cookies. Let me get a few of those. They're giving her a hefty fine of over $30,000, as they should, to keep other Floridians from acting up. This ain't going to work, by the way. You can't stop a Floridian from punching her son and stealing cookies when she's in the mood for it. The FAA recently reported that while incidents with unruly passengers on commercial flights have dropped in the past month since their zero tolerance campaign launched, the rate is still very high. Here's a quote from an FAA administrator named Steve. This is how Steve talks. Our work is having an impact, and the trend is moving in the right direction. But we got fewer people punching their sons and stealing cookies. We're having fewer people take out their breast assists. We're having fewer people try to kill the employees on the flight. But we need the progress to continue, because we got safe flights. We got the holidays coming up. Can't have people just punching people, using whatever snacks they have to throw around the place. Can't have that. This remains a serious safety threat, and one incident is one too many. The FAA, that's me, will continue its zero tolerance policy. Keep its public awareness. We're going to do that. We're going to keep the campaign going. We're going to keep pushing and partnering with everyone in the aviation system to do some more. You can do more work. We've taught our flight attendants some kung fu moves. There's one move that we taught them that's just a little, they poke the little pressure point in the neck, the passenger passes out. Yeah, we're doing that. That's a safety maneuver. We taught that one. We're also handing out very small swords. We feel like that'll be a nice deterrent. We tried nunchucks on the flight, but there's not enough room to swing around the nunchucks because the seats are too close together and the aisles are very narrow, as you've seen. It's not a good place. It's not a good environment for nunchucks. We tested that, and so we opted for the small swords instead. And they need it. Oh, believe me, they need it. Do you know how many Floridians are flying these days and how many will fly during the holidays? You have no idea. We can only guess what these people are capable of. More than 100 reports of passenger disturbances that involved physical assault have been filed since January 1st, it said. 100 reports. That's involving physical assault. There's over 3,000 reports of just general unruly passengers on flights. And in addition to this Florida passenger who punched her kid, doesn't say why. Maybe he was trying to go for the cookies and she's like, no, me cookie. In addition to that fine, Delta Airlines passenger was accused of yelling orders at multiple flight attendants and verbally threatening an attendant with profanity, fined $20,000. A Southwest Airlines passenger who left his seat and attempted to enter the cockpit before he tried to remove his luggage from the overhead bin during the plane's final descent was fined $27,000. I believe I covered that one. A $24,000 fine for a passenger on American Airlines who was accused of physically assaulting a flight attendant over a face mask, and a $23,000 fine for a passenger who verbally abused flight attendants after she realized her assigned seat would not recline. Oh, I never heard that one. Wouldn't recline. That's a good reason to just go ape shit on a flight, right? Well, guys, the holidays are right around the corner. You're going to be doing some flying, and no doubt you'll be flying among some Floridians, so be careful. Carry mace. No, I don't think you can bring mace on a flight, but I don't know, learn some jiu-jitsu. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Hi, you've reached Florida, and I'm not home right now. Please leave a message at the tone, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I get out of prison. Yay! A Florida mother says that she's been banned as a school volunteer because of her participation on adult websites. An Orange County, Florida mother, who is also a classroom volunteer, is threatening to sue the district over claims that she's been banned from the school campus due to her participation on some legal adult websites. This is according to her attorney. Victoria Treese, who has been an Additions school volunteer at the Sand Lake Elementary School for the last 5 years as a volunteer, helping out, just trying to make things go. She claims that she was told she could not be a volunteer anymore at the school because of her participation on adult-only internet sites, including OnlyFans and the adult section on Twitter. What is the adult section on Twitter? I didn't know about that. Guys, did you know about the adult-only access section of Twitter? What is that? Is that like that little swinging door room in the back of the old school video rental places where 18 plus, you can't come back here? I was always like, what's back there? Why can't I go back? I just want to go. I'm 4 years old. Like, what's back there? Is there more? Is there extra Star Wars movies back there? Is there more Indiana Jones back there? What's back there? Why can't I go back there? Well, this is a very tragic situation with this poor woman. She just wants to volunteer at the school. She's trying to also make ends meet. It's not easy. Maybe she's in an industry that was taken away from her because of COVID, and now she's just trying to do it. She's got to work from home. She's doing some OnlyFans and whatever this scandalous Twitter access is. I still don't know what that is. Victoria is 30 years old, and she's the mother of a 10 and 5-year-old who attend this elementary school. She has no criminal history. Here's a quote from her lawyer. Miss Treese has never appeared on school property in other than normal, everyday, and school-appropriate clothing, I might add. This is contrasted to her private online videos and pictures, of course, but she doesn't show up to the school like that. She's an upstanding citizen of this community. She's very much a volunteer. She's quite active in the community as well. Now, when you have someone who gives a shit in Florida, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's such a mess that if someone actually cares and is giving back, what do you give a damn what they do in their private time, you jackasses? Like, y'all need all the help you can get, especially the kids, all right? If someone's willing to come to a school and help out the children who they're really behind the 8 ball here, guys. They have no hope in Florida, right? They need help. They need ladies like this who give a damn. So what? She's showing her cooch on some website. Who gives a damn? Victoria spoke out about her passion for volunteering in the classroom at a news conference. Here's a quote from her. When I became a mother, they became my whole life, so I wanted to obviously be involved in every part of their world, whether that's at school, at home, and, well, in just everything. So I knew from when I had children, I'm going to be the room parent, the parent that shows up at the schools and gets involved. Yes, the good parent, in other words. Poor lady feels isolated from her other parents. It doesn't define my whole life, by the way. That's just a part of my life. But it's not my life of being a mom or being a parent or being a volunteer. I care about my children and I care about the community. And by the way, Florida, she's doing the other thing on a website that you have to pay for, be a member to even access it. All right? This is Florida. People are doing this at bus stops too? My friends are so depressed. You guys, Friday, it's the weekend. I'm so pleased to lead you into Friday, as I always do. Lead you into the weekend with the Florida Friday episode. So fun. Thanks to everybody who sent me links to Florida stories. Appreciate that. You can always send me stuff, as you know, to funnyjones@gmail.com, or you can submit them through the website, weirdafnews.com. Shout out to some of the OGs that called the show. I published their calls yesterday. If you didn't hear that, it was, I forgot to give a shout out and say, hey, what's up to Michael in Iowa City and to Jim in Cleveland. Michael wanted everybody to know, if you didn't hear the message yesterday, that we're doing the Patreon challenge for the holiday as well. So if you guys join the Patreon, Michael's going to match you on some level monetarily. So you can hear the details on yesterday's episode during the outro. And big shout out to Michael. I'm so grateful for his generosity, as always, during the holiday season. He's wonderful. Thank you, Michael. Hope you're having a great weekend, buddy. As for you, Jim, I got some threats from you about the football game upcoming. It's going to be Jim's Cleveland Browns against my own New England Patriots. And I'm sorry to tell you, Jim, get your tissue box because you're going to need it. Baker Mayfield ain't moving the ball on this team. We are 4th in the league, limiting opponents to 18 points a game. Yeah, pretty damn good. You have to deal with that, okay? We're a defensive juggernaut. That's right, baby. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a lovely weekend watching football, enjoying yourself. When the weekend comes, I'm all over football. Right, Jim? Jim knows what's up. Cracking beers, watching the game. I love my Sundays. It's so great. Anyways, that's what I'll be doing this weekend in addition to shows and whatnot. I'm heading to Palm Springs for a movie premiere this evening. It's a movie that I was in that was shot in Palm Springs, so that should be pretty cool. I'm going to be on the panel. I guess I'll be able to answer questions from the crowd and whatnot. The thing is, we shot the movie so long ago, I forgot. I forgot all about it. I don't know any details. So hopefully, I'll just be able to I'll just finesse some questions. What else? Oh, join the Patreon. That's right. Get your name up on the wall and have Michael from Iowa City match your Patreon the holiday season. It's a holiday Patreon push. And you get, in addition to your name up on the closet wall, you get a lot of extra Weird AF content, as you know, because I've mentioned it before here. Patreon.com/WeirdAFnews. Support the show. Do a good deed this holiday. All right. I love you so much. Hope you have a great weekend. Be safe. Okay, bye.